The NFL is not new to underdog stories. For example, the 2017 Philadelphia Eagles made their way to the big game off the now infamous double doink and with backup quarterback Nick Foles, who took the spot of their MVP candidate Carson Wentz, who went down with a knee injury late in the year. That team is now known for pulling off the Philly special in their Super Bowl win versus Tom Brady and the Patriots. And what about the 2021 Bengals? In just Joe Burrow's second year in the league, and only a year removed from tearing his ACL, he led the Bengals to their first playoff win in over 30 years. And he took down the Kansas City Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes in the AFC Championship game to reach the Super Bowl. But do either of these teams compare to maybe the greatest underdogs in the league's history? The 2007 New York Giants did everything but play to the narratives that the media put on them. Before the year even started, drama in the Giants locker room began to swirl. Tiki Barber, who retired prior to the season and is the all-time rushing leader in Giants history, had words for the team's quarterback Eli Manning and head coach Tom Coughlin. He claimed Coughlin's style of play forced him into retirement, although he had some of his best years under the head coach, but he had even more to say about Eli. He directly questioned his leadership abilities as a quarterback. He went as far to say his attempts to pull the team together were comical. For context, the Giants had given up a ton of capital to get Eli Manning to be the team's QB, including draft picks, and one being Phillip Rivers, just to get Eli in a Giants uniform. Going into 2007, Manning was coming off 2 straight playoff appearances, but failed to lead the team to a victory in each. He was also coming off back-to-back seasons of 17 plus interceptions. So there were questions around his ability to perform at the highest level, and rightfully so. And at the time, it seemed like the Giants were led by the lesser of the 2 Manning brothers. Peyton Manning and the Colts had just defeated the Bears in the big game the season prior. And on the broadcast of opening night, those same 2 teams, along with the Patriots and a few others, were the only ones in talks to win the Super Bowl in 2007, with the Giants only given plus 3,000 odds to do so. New York began the year 0-2 and took a 17-3 deficit into halftime of their 3rd game against Washington. And that's exactly when their season changed. The defense came out and shut down Washington as the Giants won 24-17 to begin a 6-game win streak. They finished the year with a 10-6 record and went undefeated on the road after their opening night loss at Dallas. That record was good enough to get them the 5 seed, and lucky for them, every playoff game they played was on the road. After a double-digit victory over Tampa Bay in the wild card round, the Giants would move on to face a familiar foe, their division rival the Dallas Cowboys. And this is where the Giants' revenge tour began. The Cowboys entered the 4th quarter with a 3-point advantage until the Brandon Jacobs touchdown took the lead. But there were still over 13 minutes left to play, and it didn't matter. The Giants' defense shut down Dallas and forced punts on 2 consecutive drives after the touchdown. And with 11 seconds left to play, New York ended Dallas' season with an interception in the end zone. With Tony Romo and the Cowboys now eliminated, the Giants' next stop was in Green Bay. In the 5th coldest game in NFL history, it was all tied up with 4 seconds to go. New York's kicker Lawrence Tynes stepped up to attempt and win the game and send his team to the Super Bowl, but he shanked it. They were on to overtime, and for the 2nd time in as many games, the Giants' defense did not break. They forced the Packers into an interception on the 2nd play of OT. Now, Tynes had a chance to redeem himself, and he did not disappoint. The Giants were off to the Super Bowl, but the job was not finished. The Giants were lucky enough to match up against the only 18-0 team in NFL history, the New England Patriots. Everybody believed that Belichick and Brady were well on their way to their 4th Super Bowl win together. Even at the time, they were already being considered as the best head coach QB duo of all time. New England ranked in the top 5 in nearly every offensive category. They had a top 5 defense to go along with it, and had an average margin of victory of 19.6 in the regular season. Only 3 teams have ever had a higher margin of victory throughout the regular season. The 1920 Buffalo All-Americans of the American Professional Football Association, as it was known back then, and the 2 other teams were the 1941 and 42 Bears. The 1941 Bears squad being the only team of those 3 to win it all. But these Patriots still had a chance at history. After becoming only the 2nd team to ever go undefeated in the regular season, they were also shooting to become the 2nd team to ever have a perfect season. The first being Don Shula's 1972 Dolphins team. But back then, they only played 14 games during the regular season. So the Dolphins that year only went 17-0. So the Pats now had the chance to obtain their own record and be the first and only team to go 19-0. The Pats were heavy favorites. They had already planned their Super Bowl parade, and they had plans to trademark the term 19-0. After all, the Giants were the last team the Patriots beat in the regular season to get to 16-0, and definitely contributed to the Patriots' confidence to win that game. The Giants came in as 2-touchdown underdogs, and that's just how they liked it. Tom Brady in New England took the lead on a Randy Moss touchdown with only 2:45 to play in the 4th quarter. Patriots lead 14-10. On the ensuing drive, it started to look bleak for New York, until 3rd and 5 from their own 44-yard line. Eli Manning threw it up to David Tyree, who made one of the greatest catches in Super Bowl history. After that catch, the Giants converted another 3rd down in that sequence and ended the drive on a Plaxico Burress touchdown to take the lead 17-14. And that was it. The Giants were Super Bowl champs. They overcame adversity and doubt throughout the entire year and stuck to their us against the world mentality. But this question still remains. Are the 2007 New York Giants the greatest underdogs in NFL history? Let us know down in the comments. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.